Hey everyone, welcome to StackTrekker. In this series, we're diving deep into Postman, taking you from beginner to pro with hands-on tutorials. In this first video, I'll show you how to download and install Postman on macOS, log in, and send your first API request. Let's get started. To download Postman, open your web browser and search for Postman Download. Click on the official website and choose the correct version for your system. If you're using a Mac, you'll need to select the right installer based on your processor. Newer Mac models use Apple Silicon M1, M2, or later, while older ones have Intel processors. Since my Mac has an Apple processor, I'll download the Apple Silicon version. Once the download is complete, open the installer and follow the usual installation steps. If you're familiar with installing applications on Mac OS, this should be straightforward. After installation, open Postman. Next, you'll need to log in. If you don't have an account yet, you can sign up for free using an email address or log in with Google or GitHub. Once you're logged in, you'll see the Postman interface where you can start making API requests. Let's explore the user interface to understand its key components and how they help in making API requests efficiently. When you open Postman, you will first notice the sidebar on the left. This contains important sections such as collections, where you can group and organize API requests for better management, and the History tab, which keeps track of previously made requests, making it easy to revisit and test them again. You can also access APIs, environments, and workspaces from this panel, allowing for seamless collaboration and project organization. The main workspace in the center is where most of the action happens. Here, you can create new requests, enter API endpoints, choose request methods such as get, post, put, or delete, and add parameters, headers, and authentication details. Once everything is set, you can send the request and view the response. At the top of the interface, you will find the toolbar, which provides quick access to essential features. From here, you can create new requests, open and manage collections, import API specifications, and adjust workspace settings. The search bar allows you to find specific requests, collections, or elements quickly, making navigation easier as your workspace grows. To work with APIs, we need a server to which we can send our requests. However, the goal of this tutorial is not to create such a server, although that is an interesting topic on its own. I might create a dedicated tutorial for that in the future. For now, we don't need to set up a server ourselves. Instead, we will use free APIs specifically designed for testing purposes. Open your favorite browser and search for free API for testing on Google. You will find many resources offering free APIs. Choose one that provides test endpoints for making requests. For this tutorial, I have selected a free API that offers publicly accessible endpoints. Inside the documentation, you will see different URLs, also known as endpoints, that we can use to send requests. Copy one of the provided URLs. Now, go back to Postman. Click the plus button to create a new request. In the request section, paste the copied URL and press the send button. This will send the request to the server, and you will receive a response in the response section below. Let's briefly go over the response section to understand its contents. The response section in Postman displays the data returned from the server after we send our request. This section helps us understand whether our request was successful and what kind of data the API provides. At the top of the response section, you will see the status code. A 200 OK status means the request was successful. In case of an error, you will see a different status code instead of 200. However, we will discuss errors in more detail later. Below the status code, you will find the response body, which contains the actual data sent by the server. This is usually in JSON format, which is widely used in API responses. You can switch between different views like pretty, raw, and preview to inspect the data more easily. The raw format displays data as plain text without any formatting. The preview format attempts to structure the data for better readability. Since our response is in JSON format, we can display the data as a table for easier visualization. However, you can switch back to the pretty JSON format to view the structured JSON response in a more readable way. You will also find the Headers tab, which contains metadata about the response penned, such as content type, server information, and other important details. Understanding response headers can be useful when troubleshooting issues or working with authentication. Great! You've taken your first steps. You installed Postman, sent your first request, and received a response. This marks the beginning of your journey into API testing and development. Understanding how to send requests and analyze responses is essential for working with APIs, and you've just made a big leap forward. As you continue exploring Postman, you'll unlock powerful features like scripting, testing, and automation to streamline API development and debugging. In the next lessons, we'll dive into collections, variables, authentication, and automation, helping you progress from beginner to pro. So I hope this was interesting. Thank you for watching my tutorials. If you enjoyed this, please like the video and subscribe. See you later. Bye.